Hey guys, welcome to another fun and exciting Iron Mike GT7 stream. This is the Nations Cup at Daytona Group 1 cars. 15 laps, 2 times fuel and 3 times tyre wear. I didn't qualify. I thought this was going to be a bit of a chaotic race. Now you can see a lot of Mazda 787B cars in this race. It's the dominant car, which disappoints me. There were a few different cars, some hybrids. It did, and I'm using the 787B because it's so dominant. I tested a number of cars, looking for a car that could do the 24 laps and not wear the tyres out. And there was only one car, which was the Mazda 55, I can't remember its full name, LM55 I think. But I eventually went back to the dominant car in the qualifying, which was the 787B, and my god, it's just so fast. Its top end speed is so fast. So again, doing a lot of testing, it had plenty of fuel, but its tyres would not last the distance, so I knew I'd have to pit. Medium, intermediate and wet are the only tyres available, so it's medium, pit for mediums and off again. With a lighter fuel in the second half of the race, I thought the tyres could last a bit longer, so I thought I'd try and undercut people by pitting on lap 11. There is another guy in this race which is right in front of me now, Winnie. Winnie is, I've known him for a while. He's mainly known as Rip Doc Ed. He's also had a second account in the past called Operator 42, and he also occasionally streams. I don't think he has for a while now, but he does stream under the YouTube name of Dead Gut Racing. I think it is Dead Gut Racing. Anyway, so first 2 laps, tyres are pretty cold. You've got to warm them up and just be careful. A lot of cars have gone off. I started back in 12th or 13th, and I've made my way up to 6th. Now there's a Porsche I've just passed. That was one of the cars I was considering using. It's pretty fast in its acceleration, but you can just see there, it just gets swamped in the long straights. So didn't use it. I did just say one thing I was disappointed about was that the 787B was just so dominant. Again, I'm trying a lot of cars, and I brought it down to about 2 or 3 cars to look at, and then finally the 787B. And this car was just so ridiculously dominant over every other car that it becomes the meta car, the OP car. I just wish they'd dumbed this car down a bit, so it was more of an even playing field, more options to choose on which car to pick, rather than a one-horse race, I guess. The other thing, one thing I did like about this race was in the time trial, practicing, doing 24 laps, yeah, I noticed this becomes a night race. Majority of this race is dark. The other thing I was disappointed about, I can't remember what it is. No, I've forgotten for now. It'll come to me. Anyway, so that's right. Yeah, because it's just so chaotic. I've started at the back end. Now I'm in 6th place, so that's why I didn't qualify. I thought, well, if I qualify and try and get up near the front, let's say I was to start 5th, there's a fair chance I've got full traction control on. This car's pretty harsh. If you're not used to driving it, you'll spin it on corners. So traction control 5. I think I was going to go 3, but I thought just go 5. All the assists on. And while other people are just crashing out, that first lap was chaotic, and just making my way up halfway through the pack, I guess. And look at that, just, I don't know what I'd do different, but for some reason, maybe just carrying a bit too much speed. just going off the track a bit, trying to control that, trusting myself that if I go slow enough and stay on the track, that's what everyone else is doing. Again, new livery on this car. Tried the gold. During the day when there's a top view, the car looks a bit green. I think it's a mixture of the gold and the reflection of the sky. So slightly yellow with a blue, making green. Winnie and I, Winnie or Rip Dockhead, we've had a race before, which was a classic at Gr1. And here we are again. We don't cross paths that often. He's mainly an A driver. So it's not that often it's a pleasure to race against him or with him. The 2 leader guys, I think I've seen Fat GTR before. That name rings a bell. But the next guy down in P2, no, never heard of the guy. Their internet connections are reasonable. Winnie's isn't. That's horrible. Just realised. Oh, that's right. That was the other thing that I was disappointed about. That's right. Now it's come to me. I'm in Western Australia, and so for me, this race, which I think there were 10 of them, started at 9 o'clock in the morning. Well, I had to go off to work. You know, there were thoughts of, I've got to go home. But I thought, I just can't be doing that. So, stayed at work until 3:15. I don't think there was a 4 o'clock race. So the next race for me was the second to last race, which was 5 o'clock. And then the final race, I was going to use my second account, but then my wife and daughter came home and it was dinner time and I just missed it. So this was my one and only opportunity to race. And that was my disappointment. Aren't most people at work during the day when this race was happening? I would look on YouTube for who's doing it, if anyone's streaming live, and I just couldn't see anyone doing this race. It was mad. And it's happening again next week. Can't remember what track it is, but Deep Forest, I think, with the Living Legend Porsches. It's happening again. I'll be at work. I don't get it. Sometimes getting the corners wrong. I'm trying to guess a bit. Usually I get it right, but occasionally I'm getting them wrong. And then on the back straight, the bus stop, near the end of the race, I just started, I don't know if it was tyre wear, just started doubting my entry points and speed. Started to just get a little bit wobbly. So once again, plenty of fuel. I've got about 20 laps to go, and I've got 24 laps of fuel. You see the tyres wearing down. The plan is to pit on lap 11, and all the assists on to try and nurse the tyres. I'm going to leave it there, guys. Enjoy the race, and I'll just drop in at the end. See you then. Bye. and I'm back. So here we go, final lap. I was really hoping I'd be able to catch up to this guy Myth. I have raced with him a few times. Seems like a good driver, so it's going to be pretty tough to catch him. And again, Winnie or Rip Dockhead behind me. Yeah, I get the feeling he did assist me a bit at a certain point. And you know, I help him out, I guess, as well. You know, we just show real good sportsmanship towards each other. But it was a bit of a relief to be on the final lap. This race was pretty long. What are we on, the 36th minute or 35th? Yeah, it went pretty long and it was a really good race. Day night, I think it would have been perfect if just maybe 1 or 2 laps of heavy rain just to throw the cat amongst the pigeons. Would have been perfect. Anyway, once again, this is just the one and only race I did, and it looks like 2 people have dropped out. I remember there were 12 at the beginning, but starting 12th or 13th, I can't remember, and coming in 5th place. I was pretty happy with that. Once again, I just wish the 787B wasn't so dominant. So P5 up 7 places from 12th or 13th, I can't remember. Would have been 12th. Thanks for watching the stream, guys. Hit the like button if you don't mind. Leave a comment and see you in the next one. Bye for now.